Nestled high in the Bernese Alps is a marvel of engineering, a place that almost seems closer to the sky than the earth. Jungfraujoch, home to Europe's highest railway station. Positioned at an astonishing 3,454 meters above sea level, this destination isn't just notable for its height, but for the breathtaking journey it takes to reach it. This journey includes traveling deep inside solid alpine rock, traversing glaciers, and ascending steep gradients that challenge even the most powerful machines. A journey inside the mountain. Unlike typical mountain routes that hug slopes or cling to cliffsides, the Jungfrau Railway burrows through the heart of the mountains. Of the 9.3 kilometers that make up the entire railway line, approximately 7 kilometers run through tunnels carved directly into the Eiger and Mönch mountains. This engineering decision, made over a century ago, was as daring as it was visionary. It has resulted in one of the most secure, weather-resistant alpine transport routes in existence, sheltered from avalanches, snowdrifts, and rockfalls. Modernizing access to Jungfraujoch, the recently launched Eiger Express gondola has revolutionized travel in the region. This cable car spans 6,483 meters, reducing the journey time to just 15 minutes, while simultaneously transporting 2,200 passengers every hour. The design of this system is a masterpiece in itself, requiring only 7 support towers across its nearly 6.5 kilometer length. By limiting the number of towers, engineers not only streamlined construction and maintenance, but also dramatically reduced environmental disruption. This innovative, efficient design ensures that the grandeur of the Alps remains untouched, while modern infrastructure supports growing tourism demand. The vision that started it all. The dream to reach Jungfraujoch by train began with Swiss entrepreneur Adolf Geyer-Zeller in 1893. While hiking near the mountains, he observed a train crawling along a high-altitude railway and had a radical vision to build a railway that would ascend all the way to the Jungfrau Peak. His plan was bold, proposing not just to climb the mountain, but to go inside it. Rather than hugging the terrain, Zeller imagined a tunnel route beginning at the already elevated Kleine Scheidegg station, located at 2,064 meters above sea level. This approach promised protection from the elements and a more direct path to the top. Construction on the railway began in 1896, employing the rudimentary tools and explosives available at the time. Workers endured unimaginable hardships, blasting through tough alpine rock, navigating freezing temperatures, and laboring for 16 years before the full line opened in 1912. The completed Jungfrau Railway was a triumph. It featured 7 kilometers of tunnels and reached a final elevation of 3,454 meters at Jungfraujoch. More than just a transport route, it was a symbol of Swiss ingenuity and ambition, a legacy that still defines alpine infrastructure today. A new age of alpine travel. Switzerland's V-Bahn project, launched in December 2020, revolutionized access to Jungfraujoch with the Eiger Express gondola. This high-tech 3S trickable system connects Grindelwald Terminal to Eiger Glacier Station in just 15 minutes, saving 47 minutes over previous routes. Its stable design requires only 7 towers, reducing environmental impact and preserving scenic views. Built for sustainability, the system features noise-reducing technology and eco-friendly construction. The 44 cabins offer heated seats, Wi-Fi, and floor-to-ceiling panoramic windows, while VIP Cabin 888 includes a champagne bar for an unforgettable ride past the iconic Eiger North Face. Behind the scenes, freight in the skies. While passengers marvel at the scenic ride, few realize the Eiger Express also includes a fully automated freight transport system, capable of carrying up to 2 tons of goods. This system delivers essential supplies such as food and equipment directly to the mountain stations. It operates alongside the passenger service and connects via a 40-meter tunnel to the Jungfrau Railway. This integration reduces the need for road transport and streamlines logistics in this high-altitude setting. Constructing the gondola system required extraordinary planning and precision. Each of the 4 main ropes used in the Eiger Express was nearly 7 kilometers long and weighed 132 tons. Transporting these massive steel cables involved convoys of 3 trucks, each measuring 65 meters and collectively weighing over 200 tons. These vehicles had to traverse narrow, twisting mountain roads and fragile bridges. In certain cases, the cables had to be unwound across the bridge span to distribute weight safely and avoid structural damage. Installing each rope took between 9 and 13 days and required over 400 tons of specialized tools. More than 188,000 meters of auxiliary cables were used during the process, underscoring the scale and complexity of this modern marvel. The final ascent with Jungfrau Railway. At 2,320 meters, passengers transfer at Eiger Glacier Station to the historic Jungfrau Railway, which uses a rack and pinion system to tackle steep 25% gradients. Powered by a 3-phase electric system and featuring regenerative braking, the railway recovers up to 50% of its energy during descent. The route passes through tunnels carved in the mountain, including a stop at IJsselmeer Station, 3,158 meters, with glacier views. The journey ends at Jungfraujoch, a unique underground complex with observation decks and ice palaces, blending engineering marvels with alpine beauty. Carving through stone, the tunnels that form the backbone of the Jungfrau Railway were created using the drill and blast method, a technique that remains in use even today. This involves drilling holes into the rock, inserting explosives, and then detonating them to fracture the stone. In the early 20th century, this method was highly labor-intensive and fraught with danger. Workers often faced extreme cold, limited lighting, and primitive safety equipment. Yet, the method proved incredibly effective. Much of the rock removed during excavation was repurposed into concrete for lining the tunnels, a surprisingly modern concept of sustainable building from a century ago. Even today, drill and blast remains the most viable option for tunneling through the hard rock of the Swiss Alps. While the technology has improved, the underlying principles and challenges remain unchanged. The BLM case. While the spotlight often shines on the Jungfraujoch, other parts of the Swiss Alps are also benefiting from major infrastructure investments. One such project is the renovation of the Lauterbrunnen-Mürren Mountain Railway, a key link to the charming car-free village of Mürren. Completed in November 2023 after 4 years of work, the project cost 63 million Swiss francs and included a complete overhaul of the railway infrastructure. During the renovation, 9.6 kilometers of new track were laid and 8,000 new oak sleepers installed. Thousands of tons of ballast were replaced to ensure smoother and safer rides. Stations were modernized to improve accessibility, including the addition of elevators, barrier-free toilets, and a pedestrian subway. New modern trains manufactured by Stadler were delivered and tested under harsh, high-altitude conditions. These trains now reach speeds of up to 50 kilometers per hour, significantly faster than the previous 30 kilometers per hour models, reducing travel time and improving comfort. Delivering these trains posed its own logistical puzzles. Since the BLM line isn't connected to the national railway grid, train components had to be transported using specially designed radio-controlled trucks. The winding alpine roads and snow-covered test conditions only added to the complexity of the task, but the end result is a far more robust, reliable, and scenic railway line. Investment and sustainability at the core. All these projects represent a tremendous financial commitment. The V-Bahn project, which includes the Eiger Express, alone cost about 470 million Swiss francs. The BLM renovation added another 63 million, bringing the total investment in alpine transport infrastructure to over 530 million Swiss francs. These are not merely expenses, but long-term investments in sustainable tourism, environmental stewardship, and technological innovation. The time savings introduced by the Eiger Express make Jungfraujoch more accessible to a wider range of visitors, while the BLM upgrades ensure that picturesque locations like Mürren remain connected and car-free. Together, they promote environmentally responsible tourism, reducing traffic congestion and lowering emissions in fragile alpine ecosystems. Reaching the top of Europe. More than just a railway, the journey to Jungfraujoch is a triumph of vision, perseverance, and engineering. From its origins over a century ago to its present-day high-tech enhancements, the route stands as a testament to what humans can achieve when they respect both nature and innovation. With improved access, sustainability at its core, and breathtaking views from every angle, this truly is a gateway to the top of Europe, a place where engineering meets the clouds. And that brings us to the summit, quite literally. If you enjoyed exploring this incredible feat of Swiss innovation with us, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and never stop climbing.